everybody, it's the Warhipster here, coming at you with another Contrast Plus painting tutorial from the Old World. Yes, we are back with more of the core set of Warhammer the Old World, and we have the all-new Aspiring Champion on Daemonic Mount. Here he is, absolutely gorgeous specimen of Chaos character. I love this one. I think it looks amazing. So, a massive thank you goes out to Games Workshop for sending me this guy early to build up and paint with all of you, and that is exactly what we're going to do, starting now. So he's been primed in Grey Seer, and the colour we're going to be using first is a roughly 2 parts Lahmian Medium to 1 part Cygor Brown mix. We're going to be applying this over top of all of the horse's visible flesh and hair. Now, there isn't a huge amount of this. There's the legs, basically, because the rest of it is armoured properly, as is befitting an aspiring champion and his beloved Daemonic Mount. We're going to get this all over, and then once that's all done, we'll come back. So with all of that Cygor Brown and Lahmian Medium mix applied, we're then going to take some Black Legion. And we're going to apply this over top of the horse's tail and over top of the hairs on the horse's feet. And so whilst we wait for that Black Legion to dry, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Garaghak Seer. We're going to apply this over top of all of the fur on the aspiring champion himself. With that all done, it is now back to Black Legion, where we're going to apply this over top of any leather and over the top of the saddle blanket as well. With that all done, our next port of call is to take some Wyldwood. We're going to apply this over top of all the wood. And with that Wyldwood all applied, we're then going to apply a colour that isn't brown. And what we're going to do is we're going to take some Sigvald Burgundy, and we're going to apply this over top of all of the remaining cloth. Just like that. And with that Sigvald Burgundy all applied, we then take some Black Templar. And we're going to apply this over top of these claws on the fur. Like this. But the other thing we're also going to do with the Black Templar is we are going to build this out into the fur. Somewhat irregularly. Just like this. Add just a little bit of variation. So with that all done, it's a little bit early in the process, but what we're actually going to do is we're going to do a couple of dry brushes just to highlight pretty much all of these details that we've done so far. So the first of these is going to be some Dawnstone. I'm going to use this to dry brush the horse's feet and the tail. And so for everywhere else that we've already done but we haven't dry brushed, we did actually dry brush the gloves as well with the Dawnstone just to create a bit of separation because we've got the hair over here. But what we're going to do next is we're going to take some Karak Stone and we're going to dry brush this over, well, everything else. So with those two dry brushes all applied, we've actually completed a huge amount of the model already. But we haven't finished the model yet, so we're going to move on to the next stage now, which is to do all of the sort of bones and horns and things. We're going to be using two colours to do this, Skeleton Horde and Wyldwood. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with some Skeleton Horde, and we'll focus here on the tusks of the mount. So we're going to apply this Skeleton Horde first, like so, all over the top of the tusk or horn, like this, and then once we've got it all on, we're going to wash the brush, grab some Wyldwood, and then we're going to apply this over the top to around about there, like that. Just make sure we get all the way around it. Oop. Wipe that off with the thumb. We don't want that there. There we go. Then we're going to wash the brush. Grab some Wyldwood, not Wyldwood, Skeleton Horde. And just where the two colours meet, we're just going to blend the two together so it's a little bit more of a faded transition, like that. However, for these ones at the front here, what we're going to do is we're going to start with some Wyldwood, and from the base of them, I'm just going to apply it like this, like that. Wash the brush, get rid of the water, pop over to Skeleton Horde, and then we're just going to brush that in like that. Takes a couple of passes. Like that. So with that all done to all the tusks and horns scattered around the model, what we're now going to do is take another two colours. because we have, as you can see, applied the skeleton horde over top of all the skulls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the skulls. So what we're going to do next is take 2 colours, but we're not really mixing them here. Instead we're taking Targor Rageshade and Gryph-Charger Grey, and we're going to apply these over top of our sort of remaining heads. So we're going to apply Targor Rageshade first, like so, over top of this guy. Like that. And then we're going to take some Gryph-Charger Grey, apply this over this guy. And so on and so forth. So with that all done, it is now time to work on all the metallics. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with some thinned down Iron Warriors. And we're going to apply this over top of all of the chainmail, the axe blade / head, and all the chains. But we're not going to apply this over top of all the what will be silver plate. Do something slightly different for that. With all that Iron Warriors applied, we're then going to take some thinned down Leadbelcher. I'm going to apply this over top of all of the plate armour. And with both of our silvers now applied, we take some thinned down Retributor Armour. And we apply this over top of all our remaining details. So with that all done, it's time to add some shades. And well, the first of these is going to be some Gore-Grunta Fur. And we're going to apply this over top of all the chainmail. And with that all done, we're then going to take some Nuln Oil. I'm going to apply this over top of all of the rest of the silver. So with all of that Nuln Oil applied, we are then going to take some Agrax Earthshade. And we're going to apply this over top of all of the gold, but over the top of the Leadbelcher as well. We're also going to apply this kind of in little patches in some ways. So what we're going to do is just take a little bit of that Agrax Earthshade, and we're just going to smash some of this over the top of this whole section here, like that. Then we're going to wash the brush, and then we're just going to come in there and just muss it up a bit. Kind of take some of it off like that. Just add a little bit of dirt. So with that all done, he is now what I would call a Warhipster battle ready. He's looking pretty good. However, we're going to take him to the next level now. We're going to do this by adding some highlights, and there's really not a lot left to do. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take some thinned down Ironbreaker, because I mean this is one of the biggest ones. I'm going to use this to highlight all of our silver. With all that silver applied and highlighted, what we're now going to do is going to highlight all the gold. Some thinned down Liberator Gold. So is that all done? It's already looking very close to being finished, right? So that's what we're going to work towards now. So we've got two things left to do, one of which is to take some thinned down Screaming Skull. We're going to use this to fully relayer these skulls, just avoiding where the nice shade is from the skeleton horde. But we're also going to use this to highlight all of our lovely horns as well. So with that all done, our last port of call is going to be to take some blood for the blood god, and we're going to apply this over top of the axe head. In this kind of diagonal stroke. Like this. Because of this head has just been separated from his body. And there we have it. Base all complete. We're using the Mediterranean base mix from Geek Gaming Scenics to do our bases for the old world, as always. Our aspiring champion on Daemonic Mount is now finished. I really enjoyed painting this one. We've got the knights and the warriors on foot as well to do, so we're going to do those very soon. We've just run out of time. Time is the one resource I never seem to ever have in any sort of abundance. If you enjoyed this video, you love the channel and you'd like to support me further, you absolutely can do so by heading to patreon.com/Warhipster, just like all of these wonderful, amazing people have done. And alternatively, you could become a YouTube channel member by clicking on the join button below, exactly like these fabulous folks have done scrolling up on the screen before you. There are so many of you out there that it really takes my breath away, and I cannot thank you enough for everything you do, as without you I wouldn't be able to keep making these Contrast Plus videos. And if you really like this video and you want to send me a little thanks, just click on the thanks button just below this video. Don't forget to share it, like it, comment on it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and to make sure you stay up to date, don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Happy wargaming.